I've had, people say to me, "Oh, I really want to homeschool, but you know what? I have to work." And I sort of say, well, is there any way that you could do both? Because you know what? You really can. Does it maybe take a little bit of extra work to make sure that the cogs are all running? Well, yes. But guess what? You can work and you can homeschool. I know I do. But I want to help you today at look at how we can be a working homeschooling parent. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life. And thank you so much for joining me today as, we look at being a working and homeschooling parent. Because we can do it. We really can. Does it take a little bit extra? Sure. But you know what? I am here to say that, with some things that we can put into place, we can really make it a successful thing. Look, I know that there are people that even work full time. I have met them. They work full time and still homeschool. I have met single working moms who are still homeschooling and doing it well, and so I am here to provide you with just some great little hints and tools to help make it successful for you. This is why I'm bringing these videos. And you know what? I just want to say thank you for your likes and your subscribes and for your comments and being part of this learning life. I also want to say, do not run away because I have another giveaway at the end. Something that will help in this whole area of being a working homeschooling parent. Every month this year, I am doing a giveaway, so stay and find out how to get to be a part of that. I work 20 hours a week for a job, okay? And then I have this vlog and blog, and then I've got other projects like I'm working on a how to homeschool course because I just love helping people with homeschooling and parenting and education. And, there are times, that I really wish maybe if I didn't have this job, I could give even more time to my girls. But at the same time, I don't want to 100% be at their beck and call. I don't want to be the all for them. Now, sure, you look at it and go, okay, 20 hours here, and let's say if you blah, 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 add it up. Wouldn't it be easier if I had them in school? Well, sure. And I might not drop the ball on some things. But that is not my heart. That's not my husband and I heart. For education for our girls, we know our whys and why we are homeschooling and learning to balance that with work. And over the years, I have taken on some more responsibilities and hours, but we are making it work. But let's now look at how we can be a successful homeschooling and working parent. Have a plan. Having a plan is a really good thing. You know what? Without plans, we just drop all the balls, right? And so with this, it's looking at, I know on this day, I need to work X number of hours. We need to get schooling, whatever it is. Know what needs to be done when and how you can sort of fit that into the day. Look, I have both paper planner and my phone. Okay, I have reminders and notifications set on my phones because if I don't I can just really drop some balls. But I also plan on, this is what I need to do for my job. This is what I need to do for the girls. This is what I need to do for home. And so having a plan is really for me such it's a peaceful thing for me because I know I can come into the day and go, I am attempting to achieve this and it feels workable and it feels doable. Be flexible. Okay, this is not to sort of counteract having a plan. I believe we need to have a plan, but this flexibility to me is that time. Because with homeschooling, here in America, it's 180 days in a calendar year. So, do we have to homeschool Monday through Friday? Do we have to do it in the mornings? Do we say it's from 9 till 2? Guess what? We don't have to. Why can't our homeschooling week be Wednesday through Sunday? It can. And who says you have to do it in the morning? If you need to get your work done in the morning, then you know what? Do homeschooling in the afternoon. We sometimes do that. You know what, and that's part of our plan, but we are flexible as to the days and what we're doing. And we also do a little bit more year-round schooling so that if I need to focus a little bit more on work and I don't want to take too much time like in schooling stuff, we can push that to another day. Choose your curriculum wisely. Look, I think that curriculum is always something that we should be choosing wisely. But if we are working, and especially maybe if you're working full time, then you might want to really look at these all-in-one sort of box curriculums, or might want to look in these all-in-one online curriculum, like whether it's K-12 or some of these other like virtual schools online, because that can then help you. Because how much time, like outside of your job, do you have for like grading and for doing this, that, and the other, for researching what it is that you want to be doing? Now, look, I admit, I work from home, which makes it a lot easier for me, but also as a trained teacher and my heart for education, we are more sort of unschooling, free schooling, eclectic, and I love being able to pull and draw, but it's actually quite easy for me because I've been trained to do it and I actually really love to do it. But if I didn't have that sort of bent in my life, then I would be looking at a more all-in-one curriculum that my girls could follow that would make it easier so that I can really balance that with work. So if you are working, just really choose the curriculum that is going to be best for you and for your children so that you are both feeling successful in what you're doing. Teach your children independence. In life and in play, it is important that our children don't need us to do everything for them. Okay, especially with our young children, we don't have to play with them all the time. Teach them how to play on their own. And then later on, like to have quiet time and to read on their own. And this can then build up. When they're little, you might want to set up a play area, by your desk where you can see them and they can see you. Or if that doesn't fully work for you, then have them in an area and have a video camera feed so that you can see what they're doing, so that they can call out to you. You can speak to them. You know what? Technology is great for that these days, but you do want to build it up. Look, I started this with my girls when they were younger. I wanted to be able to exercise and not have to get up at 5 o'clock to do it before they woke up. I thought we should be able to do it, that they can play and I can exercise. And so I trained them in that and taught them how to play on their own. And then later on, how to be doing things on their own. So even now, I can be in my office and I can say, hey, mommy has a meeting, don't interrupt, or I need to work on this. You may come to me if, and let them know the parameters. But then hey, why don't you spend this time? Why don't you get your math and your German done? Or go and play. Okay, and so we have this situation that they can do it. I'm also loving the fact that they can get their breakfast on their own now and that they will get their snacks and their drinks on their own. I just wish they would clean it up on their own, but we're getting there. Okay, but we're building it up, and for longer periods of time that enable me to focus on what I need to do. They can do this and then we can crisscross wherever it is. But to me, it is important that our children know how to play on their own, and then also how to be able to do some of this learning stuff on their own as well. Say no when you need to. Oh, this one can be hard for me. I'm not very good at saying no. I just sort of want everybody to be happy and to like me. But part of that is dying because I also realize I can't say yes to everything. I need to say no, perhaps to even finishing the laundry. Can that wait till another day to fold it and put it away? Or can I just leave the dishwasher with the clean and then the dirty's on the outside and wait for another time to redo it? I can't. I can say no to social engagements because I realize that if I just do that, I am not going to be good for anything the next day. We need to be able to say no, even to our own children. Well, I want to be able to, no, it's just not possible. But I want, no, I'm so sorry, maybe another time. Our children need to hear no from us, especially if it's going to pull us to a point where we might feel that we are fracturing, breaking. Mommy, I want to be able to do this. Well, no, mommy's working right now. No, but we can do this, and then setting the time. This is all good for them. It's good for me. It's good for us as the working parents, and it's also good for our children. Utilize services. So there are so many great things out there that can really help us because, if we have a job and we have homeschool, we still have like meals and all the stuff like around the house that needs to be doing. Is there anything that can help us? Yes, there is. Just getting that housework done is just too hard, and it is something that you can afford. Look, even having somebody come in once a month to give a good clean can be so good and can just save up some of that time. And, from out of the pandemic, we've just seen how easy it is to like click list our groceries and even have them delivered now. What a great time saver. You know what? I honestly haven't really like got into that because there's part of me that sort of enjoys like the conquering of the grocery shopping, and we use it as a learning experience with the girls. But I know that this is a great service that perhaps really I could be using to make the most of my time. And then there's like the prepped meals that you can have like delivered where it's everything there for you and you just have to cook it. If these are saving our time, like then we do it. These services are great. And I've even met people that they worked full time, but they wanted their children homeschooled that have had like a nanny/homeschool tutor. They've done that. Or maybe I've had friends that have used like mother's helpers, like those preteens that can come in and help around the house, or maybe playing with the kids so that you can get things done. These are all great tools and great services that we can use to help ease some of that time so that we can have a better job homeschooling balance there and don't feel pulled so stretchedly thin to the point that we might break. Connect with other homeschoolers. Having like-minded people that you relate to is so good for the soul. It really is, like trying to do it on our own. Maybe we can, but when there's somebody you can bounce ideas off or spend time with, or even, like sort of barter back and forth on different things, like this is truly great. Co-ops are a wonderful thing. I have a video on homeschooling co-ops and encourage you to watch it. For us, it is so worthwhile. And I have that in my plan that we, this is the time. I don't do any work during this time. I am not available for work calls because this is important. But there's also like drop-off co-ops that you could make the most of. Why not hybrid schools? These hybrid homeschooling things. I've got another video on that as well, because maybe 1, 2, or even 3 days a week, these hybrid programs would really help you. You can still homeschool and still get your job done and feel like that is like a really good balance. But those other homeschoolers in our life is just, to me, is something that we really need, especially if we're going to be a working homeschooling parent. Look, is it easy to be a working homeschooling parent? No. But is it worth it? Absolutely. Look, I get extra time with my girls. Yes, I could have them in school and I could get my work done, maybe even take on extra hours, feel like on top of all of my projects, but that's not like our heart. And I love the fact that I can take a break and play a board game with them. Or, we can sit at lunchtime and I can read to them, that I am around and that they know that if there is a burning question or something that they need, that mom is right there. And so for me, like being able to be a working at home parent is truly like a blessing, and it helps to fit in with our heart for education for our girls. So does it take like all of this planning and all of this? Like absolutely. But let me tell you, it is worth it. And if you've been on the fence about whether or not you can do it, hey, give it a try. Just see if you just sort of sat down and went, if I did this and planned it out, could that really work for us? Because you really might surprise yourself. Well, it's giveaway time. And as I said, this is something that can help us. I want to give away a legend planner. These are great. Create a legendary life, it says, so that we can write in our goals, we can write in our plans, that we can see what is coming up. It is beautiful. It is so functional. And it is just something that helps bring peace of mind. If you would like to enter this giveaway, hey, just be a subscriber and then down below comment one of the things that you really enjoy about working and being a homeschool parent, or if this is something that you want to do, maybe something that, a question that you have about it. And so, you know what? In 2 weeks, I will announce the winner for that. So you have, because today is Thursday, you have until Friday week to get your name in this draw so that we can then announce the winner. Well, thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for being part of this learning life. And if you have any questions, you know what? Shoot them down below. I would love to answer them for you. Hey, if you want to help get these videos out, you can sort of in two ways. One, share them with your friends. Hey, this is something that has value to me, and I would love for you to see this. Or you can become a champion and help us out that way. And you can check that out on patreon.com or on my website, LearningThis.Life.